Hello world, and thanks for watching EduPediaWorld.com. I am Robinson Recalde, and in this video I will be talking about what are the HTML headings. First, you don't know what is a heading, right? Well, remember that when we're talking about programming and design, we use a lot of common, let's say, words. The heading of an HTML document is like the headline of a newspaper. The headlines works to stand out some important text, right? Some important words, some important headlines. Okay, let's go back to the heading in the HTML language. What is the use of the headings? Is it important to use them? Well, let me tell you that, of course, it is really important to use the headings in an HTML document. But why? In the future on this course, you will learn how to make the exact thing you can do with the heading tags, but with CSS. That for me, it is awesome. But we are not here to talk about CSS. Let's say that for later videos. Now, headings are important because the heading tags will be recognized by browser which don't recognize style sheets. Style sheets are CSS. Okay. Second, heading tags are used by search engines to identify words which are more important than the rest of the page text. The theory is that headings will sum up the topic of the page, so they are counted as important keywords. Third, screen readers and magnifiers for the visually impaired rely on headings to navigate the page. Fourth, heading tags make it easy to make global changes to headings. Although you could theoretically achieve this by defining a new CSS class. It makes more sense and tends to be easier to define a style for heading tags. I'm going to clarify something here. When I talk about CSS class, it's an attribute for the CSS style sheet. When we talk about CSS, I will explain this. For now, you only need to know that exists, not the definition per se, but that is for now. Okay, the headings, and this I hope will function as a reminder, do not have to be used to make the text big or bold. Please do not do that. It is really important that you always remember this. The headings are not for make the text big or bold. Also, users can your page by its heading. It's important to use headings to show the document structure. Okay, so heading 1, X6, heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, heading 5, and heading 6. But what is the true difference between the headings? That's an excellent question. But the truth is that it's quite simple. The difference between them is the importance of the heading. For example, you will only use heading 1 once in a page because that will be the heading of the entire document. Heading 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are used to denote importance. Yes, of course, it is for that. But as the number grows, the numbers heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, the importance of the title, I mean the heading, decreases. The key to the headings is to put all of them correctly. Think about the headings as those phrases that need to be highlighted above all else. For example, if your document is called My First Web Page, heading 1 is for My First Web Page. Heading 2 will be for About Me, for example. If you have in the content of your document something called About Me, heading 2 will be perfect for this. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about heading attributes. Thus the headings can be edited. The attributes of a heading are the general attributes of every element of HTML that are public. What do I mean by public? I mean that the viewer of the page can see it. To learn how to edit a heading tag, you will need to learn CSS. I will explain CSS on a later module in this course, so please be patient. Baby steps. For now, you only need to know that you can edit all the heading tags to look exactly how you want the the heading to look. Okay, here we have the Sublime text screen, where we are going to put other code. Right, so we need to put first the type declaration, always remember that, then the HTML. Please close the tags before you proceed. This is the head tag I explained you before. This is the body tag I explained you also before. And here I will show you how to use every heading attribute. Sorry, every heading element, no attribute. So we have the title. We are called these document headings examples for Edupedia. Okay, we have here the body. Okay, this is the first heading we are going to use. The heading of the title of the entire document. For example, headings examples for Edupedia. So let's save this and let's wash it. Let's see how it looks. Okay, it's lasting a lot of time. Okay, here you have it. Oh, sorry, I have a grammar mistake. Headings. Let's save and recharge. Okay. This is the most important heading of all, because if the title of the entire document. In a later example of this video, I will explain how this tag works. Here you have the title element I put here. Let's change this. Let's put, I don't know, hello. Let's save it. And you see it. Hello. This is the title of your web page. But this is not going to appear in the body. This is the body. Always remember that. Okay. This is the heading 1. Let's put the heading 2. Sorry. Heading 3. Heading 4. Heading 5. And heading 6. Hello. I'm a little and tinier. Hello. How are you? Hello. I am much more smaller. Sorry. Hello. I am much more smaller. Hello. I am much more smaller. Let's see how this works. Here you have it. So let's point out the difference between doing this. Hello, how are you? Sorry. And doing this. You can see that heading. This is heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, heading 4. Heading 4 looks alike with the bold text. This tag, the V, means bold. You can also do this tag putting a strong strong, well, you know what strong means, does exactly the same thing. Do you see it? Okay, why I cannot use the heading tags to put the text bold? It's just because the search engines recognize the heading tags as the most important text of all the HTML document. And if you put a lot of words with the heading tags in, I don't know, a paragraph, the search engine will have a problem. And you will have later a problem because the search engines will not take your website as something really important or well done. So this is all the example you need to know by now about the use of the headings. Did you see that error? Tag mistake? I did not close the body tag. There is a problem for when you are going to prove that your HTML document is well written. If you prove that your HTML document is well written and you have some unclosed tags, you will have some problem and you will not have the opportunity to put in your website the w3.org claim to say that your website has been proven. And it's all okay. So this is all for now for this example. I hope to see you later. Okay, good. We are now in one of the most important parts of the document, the head element. What is it and how do I use it? Okay, first of all, you need to know that when I say element, I mean the structure of the HTML document. For example, we have the head and the body element. We have also the title element, the paragraph element, the heading element, etc. In the head element, as I explained in one of the first videos, is used to edit all the invisible, I need to remark invisible, structure of the web page. The important part to the developer is this. This is where you can find the style sheets, CSS, the animated code in all the languages, such as JavaScript, and some elements that are important to the search engines, like Google, Bing, Yahoo, etc. The HTML head element contains metadata. The metadata are not displayed. Metadata, for those who don't know what is, metadata means data about data. HTML metadata is data about the HTML document. For example, if you have a word, let's say hello, you have a set of words to explain what is hello. That is information about hello. The metadata works this way. In the head element, you put all the metadata of the document, all the data that explain exactly what is inside of the HTML document, like the structure, like the columns of a house. As we now are using HTML5, you will know that the head element, this element that we are talking about, is placed between the HTML tag and the body tag. Okay, let's continue with this example. Here you have the same Sublime Text screen where I show to you how to use the headings correctly. Now, I want to show you how to use the title correctly. If you have the title element, the HTML title element is metadata. It defines the HTML document's title. The title will not be displayed in the document, but might be displayed in the browser tab. Also, when you look your website on search engines, you will find that the title you put on the HTML title element is the one that is shown to the public. The HTML meta element is also metadata. The meta element is used to define the character set and other information about HTML documents such as the style sheet, the place where they are in the local drive, the JavaScript sheet, and much more. So you have here, I don't know, your hello page, and you put in the title hello. This you will see it here as hello. Let me give you an example. If I look, for example, here, I don't know, let's put some page, what, Wikipedia. If you have Wikipedia, this is the title, this is the content that is in the title element. You can see that in the search engines you have Wikipedia, Enciclopedia Libre, because it's in Spanish. You have the same information here in the browser tag, Wikipedia, the Enciclopedia Libre, because it's in Spanish, of course. Now, you can see another example with, I don't know, Facebook. Facebook is the same. Bienvenido a Facebook en español. This is the title of the Facebook page. Okay. Now I will show you how to look for the source of HTML. For example, let me be and mark a web page that is a sports journal located in Spain. Let's wait. Okay, if you have the markup web page, and if you want to see the HTML source, you can press Control in your computer plus the letter U. You can see that it says here código fuente, that is code source in English, and you have here all the document, all the source for the web page. For example, you can note that these people use HTML 4.0, right? Here you have the head tag with a link rel. This rel icon is for the favicon that is shown in the browser tag. The favicon is this end you can see here. This icon is called favicon. For example, if we press this, we go there. Do you see that? Okay, that is quite simple. For example, if you have the meta element, as I explained to you, the content, the char set. The char set, it is character set information in the HTML. If you have the title, marca diario online líder en información deportiva, you have it here. You have the meta name description, you have the meta main, the meta name organization, Roblox, etc. And a lot of elements that will be explained in later videos. So this is all for now. How you like it and how to see you soon in later videos. Goodbye.